Sean Ciroc. I am Sean the Keenan Tourism here, and of course, I am joined along with.
It's your boy Ciroc the mic, as usual.
As usual, but this isn't usual because now we're actually on a test run, doing it live on Facebook.
Yes.
We're recording it here in our I
was gonna say studio, but
in our mini studios until we can be in a studio again. We're coming up here a little bit, but
man.
To anyone who's listening or watching or watch later, you can check us here on Facebook and soon on YouTube live during our show times.
Okay.
We will say Tuesdays at 1, but I'm thinking after a couple meetings we're gonna change that.
Remember, we're running on CPT, baby. So
put
an asterisk next to that, right?
Yeah. But look at the shows every Tuesday.
Have you ever seen a show? Sean, have you ever seen a show with like an asterisk next to it, like the time slot?
Yeah,
like maybe. You should be able to have that though. Okay, I'm saying hey, these are real human beings. They may or may not be on point. Okay,
not a network show, but I'm talking like a YouTube show, but like a lot of YouTube shows. And these are people who don't have who aren't like 50,000 followers. But people who are like 2.1 million followers and stuff.
Right, you got to be on point then.
But they're not though. That's the thing. They get on every day, do like an hour, and then they walk away. They don't record. It's just here I am, and they're live. There's a Twitch live stream basically they record, and that's works for them. But I mean, it works for them. I'm not mad at it. Just wish it would work this way.
So I just got I read that wrong. I got an email from Ancestry.com, and I read it wrong. So it says, Ciroc, you have a DNA match to explore, but I thought it said you have a DNA match about to expire, because a lot of times I'll get emails from Amazon. You have, something so it's about to expire. And I immediately thought damn, is somebody about to die right now? That's related to me. Oh, that's messed horrible. That's messed up. Oh, by the way, speaking of Ancestry.com, shout out to my grandma. Today's her 92nd birthday. Can you believe that? 92 years old.
Happy birthday. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
If you're 92, you're born in what? 1930? No, wait, 1929? I wrote this down. Yeah. 1929. 1929. So she was born during the Great Depression, lived through World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Civil Rights Movement, Martin Luther King.
World War I was 1918.
All right, I lied about that. World War II, Vietnam War, Korean War, Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy assassination. Like, my grandma was alive. I mean, obviously, most people's grandparents were as well, but it's just having having a living relative who lived through all that is kind of cool.
Have you talked to her about any stories or anything?
Nah, that's not,
man. That's the stuff you're missing. That's why I used to sit with my grandfather all the time just to get the history, not just of the family, just the things he went through.
I mean, I'm not I don't know, man. I'm not too talking.
But what are you gonna pass down to your kids when they're asking you about their great grandparents?
Well, first of all, who said I was having kids? Who said I was having kids? You just kind of threw that out there.
You only 30, fool. You got 40 years to decide if you're gonna have a kid or not.
All right, fair enough. I don't know. I would guess. I don't know. That's a tough question, man. That's honest. I tell them something. Well, that's what my sister's for, man. She's she's she is the family record keeper. You know what I mean? Like if I need something to know that happened back in the 80s, I'm like, hey, Cole, what happened during this day? And she'd tell me.
See, you young kids try to put that on us older ones all the time. Just because we're the oldest, don't mean that we take care of every single little thing. You got to do your part too. We can't remember it all. You got to do your part too.
My sister is the gel that keeps. I mean, she doesn't keep the family together, but she's the one that keeps us in communication more often with each other. Because sometimes I get caught up with my own life and stuff and whatnot, and then weeks, even a month go by without reaching out to a family member. So, and especially being down here by myself in Tampa, so it's man.
I understand.
Every family needs that one that keeps it together.
See, I mean, I guess I'm that one because when I was in the Army, no one did it, and so I missed out on years of my family stuff because no one told me, hey, this is what's going on. That's what's going on. Right. And I literally went back home, back to my hometown for a visit, and the entire town had changed and no one had told me. Like,
Yeah, we destroyed where you lived. I said, you didn't get the message. I swear.
I mean, yeah,
You
so
still at
much change.
123 Street? Nah, that's how they get you. Right? That's
Yeah,
how like the IRS and like fucking the tax guy gets. They keep sending stuff to the wrong address on purpose, knowing you don't live there, knowing it comes right back to them. You know, it's that's how they go. Well, did you update your residential information? Like, no. I was like, well, that's why you owe 20,000.
what I
Goddamn.
what I can't stand is that they act like the IRS doesn't make mistakes. I mean, come on,
They
man.
don't.
They're telling me, that I have a bill, but yet the bill they're saying I owe, I never received the money for. Like never.
Yeah, that's.
So
I
now
don't know,
I gotta
man.
meet. I gotta meet with them this month. Actually, I already have a meeting on the books for them.
Mm-hmm,
I gotta take all. I gotta take my W-2s from back then, showing
mm-hmm.
that hey, I was not working at any point in time during this time period to show them that
Yeah,
I did not get tens of thousands of dollars
I
at a
will say,
whim.
this. There's always we always have friends and buddies who are like, don't worry about the taxes, man. They're not worried about
Oh
it. They're not worried about the little guy. They're worried about the big fish. I'm like, I don't know,
no,
man.
no, no. They
It's really
only worry
easy to
about
catch
little
little
guy.
fish. It's
Yeah, they
really
go after
easy
the
to
little
catch.
fish all the time, all the
Yeah.
time.
And
In my
that there's no statute of limitations on anything like I think tax related
no,
or like federal related. I mean, if you owe it, you could be my grandma's age. You could be 92 years old. You could live the full life. You go to the you go to the mailbox, you got a letter from the IRS like, dear so and so, back in 1943, it looks like. Yeah, you forgot you owed us about
yeah,
2 cents,
yeah.
and then all that interest built up. So you owe us about 200,000 as of today.
Oh yeah, it was this much on let's see. This bill is from 2013 and I got
Mhm.
it last December.
Oh damn,
Yeah.
damn. I'm now I'm kind of scared. Now I'm thinking back like, shit, did I do it? Like that's not fair. Like I don't know if I did everything right back in 2012. I can't barely remember how old I was in 2012, let alone if I paid
See,
Uncle Sam.
normally that would have been the case because there's no way I would normally remember. But because they happen to pick a time period that I just happened to retire from the army, I literally
Uh-huh.
retired from the army 2 months prior to this whole thing apparently becoming an issue.
Mm,
So
mm.
it's impossible because I just retired. I mean,
Right.
it's a big moment, so I remembered it. Had it been like a year later, I wouldn't have known. Had it been a
Yeah.
year before, I wouldn't have known. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know. But you
Yeah.
picked
How
the
they
time that I know. So
yeah,
okay,
they
we're
like
going we're gonna do this.
they expect you to remember some of the wildest stuff. And I don't know. Listen, tax day is coming up. Was it April 15th? I'm
April
not the type
15th.
to really owe taxes because I work in hospitality and there's always that gray area
Yeah,
of
you got a little
claiming,
loophole
not
there.
claiming.
It's
I don't make
fine.
shit according to Uncle Sam. I'm I'm broke as fuck. Listen, I'm broke as fuck, but
As you have that Van Gogh hanging up on your wall behind you.
oh yeah, this is a $20,000 classic piece I got going. But yeah, so tax day doesn't really affect me too much. I'm on the side of I receive some versus having to give something, so it's good for
Yeah.
now. Can't speak on 20 years from now or anything like that. But
Hey, you can't even speak on 5 years from now. Be honest with you.
no,
I'm just telling you.
no,
I'm just telling you.
yeah. I mean,
It come out of blue from nowhere.
the only way I would take it, I guess if I like ran for president or something, I would only run for president because I've, fucked some up in the past to where like, like say if I do owe taxes, I'm like, shit, how can I get around this? And you just run for president and just change the law. Like, all right, so everything is forgiven in the past 30
So
years.
so basically you doing pull a Trump.
Yeah, probably. That's my boy. No, I'm just kidding. Um, well, speaking of figures out there, big figures. This is I wanted to talk about this last week, but obviously things changed and
Yeah.
we're kind of behind there a little bit. And it's not really old news, but it's not new. But my boy, man, Tiger, man, what's going on, man? Tiger Woods
Oh, it's
crashing.
that's still actually pretty big news because if you looked at the report that just came out, I think it was yesterday,
Uh-huh.
from one of the doctors, they said this is a life altering crash.
Life
Uh,
altering.
life
Like
altering. Like
he got
he
robot
he would
legs.
never he will never be the same Tiger Woods ever again.
Oh, damn. Oh, well, I mean, obviously, yeah, he wouldn't be the same, but like, can he still play golf?
I think even walking is going to be a struggle. I don't think
Mm,
even I
mm.
don't see golf there at all right now.
Why?
I
Why
think
is
it's
Tiger
turning
still
into a walking
driving?
game.
Like he shouldn't be driving at all.
Well, did
You
you see
know?
what he was driving in?
It looked like some type of SUV, right?
It
He
was an
loved them
SUV,
SUVs.
and I'm hopefully I don't hurt myself by like giving us a sponsor here. But he was driving a Kia
Pinto.
Genesis
Oh man, he's supposed to be with
SUV.
Buick. He's supposed to be driving the Buicks. That's the problem.
Yeah, so I was like, now the report says that the officers stated that that's a bad stretch of highway. That where he had a wreck at is notorious for having wrecks and serious accidents. It's
Right.
a notorious area.
Right.
But if you live there as many years as he has, don't you know how notorious that one stretch is?
I don't know. Tiger, he must have been on some stuff, man. He must have got nice little booty pick while he was driving and just like, oh
That's
shit,
messed
just
up. Oh, that's
yeah,
fucked up.
swerved off the road, man.
Oh,
Because
that's
the
fucked up.
funny thing is, man, I was watching like I don't know, maybe a month ago, 3 weeks to a month ago, the documentary, the Tiger documentary on
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
HBO. And
You're telling about
they
it.
was I didn't finish the whole thing, but it was kind of to the part where he got into the first crash. And then literally like 3 days later, I'm watching the news. He crashed again. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with this guy with his driving skills? Like, you would think he'd have a chauffeur at this point in time. At least I would, or a Tesla, have you drive yourself. Automated driving. Like it's. I was gonna say a funny joke, but it's a little racist. But
He said little.
it's not a little racist. You can't be a little racist. Either it's racist or it's not. We'd be at work and they'd be like, yeah, it's just a little racist joke. Like, what's a little racist joke?
Yeah,
It's either a racist joke or it ain't a racist joke. That's it. It's always
yeah,
three guys
man.
too. It's a white guy, it's a Mexican guy, and a black. Like, oh, here we go.
Honestly, what the first thing that popped up in my head when I heard his wreck was, "Oh Lord, what woman did he piss off this time?" That's that's what popped up in my head.
You think that's
It's
his go-to
horrible.
to get out
I
of that
mean,
situation? Just
every single.
Jesus, take the wheel.
I mean,
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not God or anything, but it just seems like, hey,
Mhm.
women and driving with Tiger doesn't mix. He can have
Yeah.
one or the other, but not a mix of them at the same time.
Yeah. And maybe he
Because
got confused. Maybe he was like driver. Like he got with his golf driver and his driver. It's like, oh shit. Like he just had like a quick lapse behind the wheel. And
but you said that why is he still driving? Man, if I'm worth hundreds of millions of dollars and I can buy almost any car imaginable, I'm driving.
you
I'm not.
driving?
I'm driving, man. I'm having some fun. I love to drive. I mean, driving is fun, and out in California, they have some open highway when it's open. You can really put your foot down. I'm driving. I'm driving,
All
and
right.
then
Hey, I
and
guess.
then if you're
Well,
in
I'm driving a
California, you
tank.
can you can drive up to Nevada or Montana, where the speed limits are much higher, so you can have some real fun up there. So
Why is the
I'm
speed
just
limit
saying,
higher in Montana? Because nobody's there.
yeah.
Where the hell is Montana on the map, by the way?
Next to goes Oregon. No, sorry.
See,
Yeah,
oh shit,
Oregon, Idaho, and then Montana.
it's weird because
It,
I like that's like one of those spots where like if I was playing some type of Jeopardy game and it was like for $1 million, here's a map of the United States. Where's Montana? Like it was like an empty map. I wouldn't even know where to touch Montana and Wyoming. I'd be like, I thought those were just like urban legends. I've never
no,
met anyone from either of those places ever.
really?
Ever. I mean, I met people from Oregon, from Utah. And no disrespect to Utah because it's actually a popular place, but like when
Yeah,
you on the east side, north or south, you kind of just stick to that side. All you know is like Georgia.
true.
Like the furthest you go is Georgia. Then everything. You know where Texas is. And you know where California is.
Yeah,
Everything after that is just like taking up space. You know.
but see, that's kind of the problem. They call it the flyover states, but there's actually some fun in those states. Like, I lived in
Mm.
Montana. We discussed me living in Montana. I actually had some fun in Montana. I was one of the few black people. Like, when I say a few, I mean like one out of
Hey, I'm
10.
lost.
But I mean, like 1 out of 10. There's not many, but it was still fun. I got to learn some things. Got to see this whole Big Sky Country, which was actually pretty cool.
What is it called?
They call it Big Sky Country, which is mostly Montana. It's a pretty amazing thing to see because there you really do see more of the sky than any place else I've ever been in the U.S. And I've been to a lot of states, and I've never
Mm,
seen the sky like that ever anywhere. Um,
huh.
but you have that in Colorado. Of course, you have like pretty much the capital weed outside of actually. I'm gonna take it from I'll take it from California. California, you got the capital weed in Colorado right now, literally.
Wait, Colorado is the capital of weed.
Yes, come
Oh,
on.
well, Oregon, they don't even have like laws anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
They desperate for
that
some people to come out there. Like, all right,
yeah.
please come to our state. I tell you what, everything is legal. And people are still like, I don't know, man. It's just it's a far trip. And I got to drive back.
I gotta get on the plane. How am I gonna get on the plane if I can't even see the plane?
Yeah, like Oregon is like. I remember when we went to Key West. It was just one tiny airport with nobody in there, and like one plane that took you back to civilization. Like it was one of those.
You flew in the Key West. Why don't you just drive down? It's like 4 hours.
It's like no, it's like 8 hours.
It's like 8 hours.
It's
It's like
four
four. It's
hours
like 4 hours
to
to Miami from
yeah,
here,
but then
and then there's another 2 hours
you gotta take that
south of that.
bridge.
Oh yeah, the bridge. I forgot the bridge.
So that's and then also, I mean, I don't know. The plane was like 30 minutes, so we had more time.
Actually, 30 minutes is probably like a good couple-hour drive. So yeah.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, I mean, obviously, I know the plane is moving fast, but like, if you ever flew to some place that was a 30-minute flight, it's almost like you prepare, like the cap, all right, stewardess, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna prepare for takeoff. As you know, it's above your heads. If you guys need anything, press the button, and then we'll go ahead and be flying at 30,000 feet and turn the seatbelt sign off. Lavatories are behind you. Make sure you check in front of you as well. All right, we'll have a nice flight. Be there about 30, and they fly up, and then like the seatbelt sign goes off, boom, and literally 30 seconds later, attention, ladies and gentlemen,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
stewards, so prepare to flight for landing. Like, what, did we just do a hop or something?
So I did a flight. I did a flight from Jacksonville to Atlanta. Not Jacksonville to Atlanta, right?
You can't tell nobody that. They're like, wait, you took a flight here.
I
You
didn't
could take a
pay
bus
for it.
here.
The government paid for it. I didn't pay for that.
Oh, well, yeah, you straight.
The flight was so short. I didn't have time because this was a few years ago. So before tablets, you took your laptop everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
including on the plane. So
Mm-hmm.
I had my laptop on. I'm getting ready to go do a TDY or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and the layover was actually in Atlanta, but it's just the fact that that was the flight.
Uh-huh.
So by the time I got my laptop out of my bag and open, the seatbelt sign never went off. By the way, it doesn't go off.
Yeah. That's
It,
I think that's
it,
what
it,
happened. Like it was just like,
it
yo,
didn't go
you
off.
guys, if you didn't use the bathroom before we just left, you're fine.
You know how you have that feeling where you feel the plane level off when you're flying?
Yeah. We've reached cruising
You
altitude.
you never feel that. All you feel is a going up motion and then a coming down motion. That's
Yeah,
all
you
you
think you're
feel.
crashing. Oh shit. There's no way we
That's
already going down.
that's all you feel. It's so crazy. I was like, this is a short flight. I was
Yeah.
like,
You almost think that there's somebody on the ground with like a remote control because it's so close. You're like,
it's
all right,
very close. I mean, if
landed.
you look at the ground, they never even get high enough to even for you to lose sight. You know how you lose
Yeah.
sight like cars and stuff. They never get high
Is
enough for that.
I
You're
wonder
like,
I
you can
wonder
see it all.
I wonder if that's like what they do for like rookie pilots. Like if you like fresh out of pilot school or whatever, it's like, all right, so we're not gonna put you on a long, overseas international flight. We're gonna put you some short from. We're gonna go from
Oh,
Tampa
I'm sure.
to Lakeland. All right. And you take this little flight. Yeah, you just go up, you literally take off and land it within 30 seconds. So it was cool though. I mean, like the
there
stewardess, I mean,
are
they still
there
gave us peanuts.
there are pilots here in Florida that do in-state Florida trips,
Mm-hmm.
which is so weird. And
Mm-hmm.
they literally just go do deliveries all across Florida in a plane, in like those little
That's kind of cool, actually.
planes.
Heck, I got a friend. She's a pilot, but she's not like a big commercial airliner flight. I think you got to have like a certain amount of hours of flight
Yeah, yeah,
time for the bigger jets. But she
yeah.
flies, I want to say like single engine and
Oh,
possibly small private ones. I'm not sure. I have to ask her,
it
but
goes propeller prop and single engine and then dual. And it goes so I'm thinking propeller prop. I'm pretty sure she's done propeller prop. and then now she's doing a single engine. She's doing
Right.
pretty good. I mean, she's working her way up to
It's just
the
they just go faster, right? And they can fly longer.
right. Right.
Probably a little bit more complicated, but yeah, man, it's like, these. I mean, she'd go from like we'll say downtown Tampa to like St. Pete or something like that. But fine, but like it's expensive. Like not
Oh yeah.
like to if you have
But to
even a
learn,
small
you
plane, fuel
go
is
ahead.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. That's why they make so much. That's why the pilots who do those in-state deliveries,
Mm-hmm.
they make I'm not gonna say they make like a killing, but they make a
Mm-hmm.
good amount of money because they charge them for that fuel, and you're gonna charge a surcharge for that fuel.
Right.
And then
Right.
you charge them for weight because you're not gonna charge per thing. You're gonna charge per weight because it's all that's what affects your flying.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Go
it all
figure.
matters.
Like, I know, isn't that
Um,
embarrassing? Like, wait, I got room for two. Like, all right, how much you weigh? Like, nah, man, you're a little too fat to fly this plane. You gonna kill all. Like, that's where you have to be honest about somebody's weight, right? Like, yo, you just listen. I'm not trying to call you fat, but this plane can only hold a certain amount of weight, and
yeah.
trust me, I ain't trying to have us go down over the
I can't
Tampa
take
Bay.
you and your wife. I can only take one or the other, not both.
Is your wife
This is
pregnant?
not my wife. This is mother's stomach. Fool.
Oh man.
So
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to kind of get into this. It's gonna end up being a larger conversation. So we can talk about something else before this, but I just want to bring this up. My question:
Mm-hmm.
with WandaVision being so big, and the shows on Netflix being, I mean, they're just getting bigger and bigger. Is Netflix or Disney killing TV?
Is who?
Is Netflix or Disney killing TV?
Ooh. Yeah.
Because
I
like,
don't even watch TV.
you have Marvel. Marvel is pretty much doesn't do anything on TV. They go straight to Disney now because
Yeah,
Disney owns it.
The Disney Plus.
And now they've got so many Disney shows coming out. You got the WandaVision show that came out. You had the Mandalorian that came out before that. You got another um, Marvel TV show coming out, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
There's gonna be like
Saying,
there's gonna be like a like one of those like spinoff series.
yeah, they've got that was the WandaVision was the spinoff series. WandaVision was the first spinoff series, and now the Captain America and the Winter Soldier is the next. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the next spinoff series, and they've got a lot that's coming. I mean, you're gonna have people literally just saying, "Why do I need TV? Like an actual TV when I have everything I want to watch, probably on Disney or Netflix. Even Hulu might be in trouble because of these two powerhouses. But one that's not going away is Amazon, because Amazon, I don't know if you are aware of this, in 2 days, Coming to America 2 comes out.
Oh yeah.
So
Wait. That
let's
comes out
have
on
it. So,
Friday.
yeah, yeah. So let's have that discussion. What do you think? I mean, is TV done?
I
Like,
don't think it's done. I think just because you got these big networks like NBC and ABC, who I mean they still put out relevant stuff like the weather, I guess.
okay,
I
but
don't
all
know.
that stuff
The
is on
weather. I
apps
mean
now.
ESPN. I guess Disney owns ESPN.
It's on
Shit, yeah,
ESPN.
I guess TV is relevant, but the only reason why it's not gonna go away because most of the people who have some type of streaming service need like internet, and internet is usually bundled with TV. Like Spectrum, like I can't like it's way more expensive to get Spectrum internet by itself than it
Oh
is
yeah.
to get it with TV. It's almost cheaper to get it with TV. So I think that's one of the big things. And then like, big things like Super Bowl and Olympics and any large event it has to, and then there's people who don't watch. I mean, small percentage, but I'm sure there's people
Yeah,
out there
it's a
that don't watch, Netflix, or maybe your grandma, like my
but a
like
lot of those
Paige's
people,
mom doesn't watch like shows like that. Like she's just used to like the local news and like The Bachelor. I guess that's on TV. The
I don't
Bachelor
even know
and
how that still is even a show. But anyway, I
that shit is
digress.
so man. That is so weird, man. They force me to watch that sometimes. They got this black dude on there now. I was like, damn, they got a black dude on The Bachelor.
Yeah,
Damn, like what's like
but
okay, like I support
but
it, but like don't force it.
no, behind the scenes though, behind the scenes things are not all
Yeah,
nice and happy with the black guy being on the Bachelor.
yeah,
Just
because I feel like I hate when they like just like try to focus on that. Like that's like the man. Oh, you're a black dude on the place. Like man, my man trying to find love with 30 girls. Just like normal.
But okay, let's go into that. This is kind of goes into is it killing it? So Netflix and Disney, they have no problem being diverse in anything they put out.
Right,
Gay, black, white, purple,
right,
whatever.
right. They're
Disney,
definitely
they're
LGBT.
putting it.
The whole thing.
LGBT, color friendly, race friendly. They don't care. They're like,
Hmm.
let's just do it all. But now you have a show like The Bachelor, who has been on TV since 2001 or 2000 or
Yeah, it's been
2000.
for a while.
Okay. And they're just now, 20 years later, having the first black man and black woman on the show.
It's true. Wait, was there a black girl as a bachelorette
Yeah,
at
finally
some point?
last year. Last year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think everybody's just
20
like,
years.
but they should be.
No, but it shouldn't have
Is
taken
every
that
black
long. That's what
male wiped up right now? Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. You had guys, you had construction workers on The
mhm.
Bachelor, but you're not gonna have successful black men come on there and within 20
You
years.
know what I think? One of the concerns, I think they're sometimes worried about like what girls does he want? You know what I mean? Because like
Come
that's
on now. You
like okay,
know as
so
well as I
listen,
do.
listen. When it's a white girl, when it's the typical white girl bachelorette, is out of 100, there's 99 white dudes and one black dude. He mixed anyway, so he count, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
But when you put a black dude on there, it's like you gotta have a little bit of everything, right? Because
And that's the thing. That's you gotta have a smorgasbord. There's nothing wrong
yeah,
with that. That to me encourages
smorgasbord.
diversity. Because if you look at the people he has to pick from, it's like what, two black women and the rest are all white, and there's no Asian. I didn't see a single Asian person. And I
That's
haven't even watched
next.
the
I
show.
guarantee that's next. You gotta have
I,
you gotta open it up now.
I haven't even watched it. I just saw like the little lineup because they put that crap on the internet.
Mhm.
No Asian, and I don't think there's a single Latino person on there either, or
No,
Spanish.
no.
So come on, man. This show is just it's. I'm
I'm
sorry,
trying to
it's a
picture
stupid
that.
show.
I'm
It's a
trying to picture
stupid show.
that. I mean, I'm just not saying Asian man can't find love. Hell yeah. But like, if it was an Asian dude on The Bachelor, and I'm not trying to sound racist at all, do you think it would be like a mix of girls, or do you think like 80% of them would be Asian?
I think 90% of them will be Asian.
Or let me ask you this: do you think like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette makes their
Have to
choices
say
beforehand?
no. I don't think
No.
so. I don't think so.
So you
I
couldn't be like,
used
I don't like fat girls.
Yeah. I used to think that, at the beginning, but
Mhm.
then once I found out that there's no way that all those white dudes never wanted a black woman.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, statistically, it's impossible.
Or
So
I think they know the profile of
yeah, they got a
the
profile.
person before they are like they go on before you can like apply, I
Yeah.
guess, right?
Now, see, they probably have like an interest list, like are you attracted to this race or this race? They might have that. For all I know,
Mhm.
it might be like an internal document, and they could be like a number system where there's like 8 is like most attractive and 1's like least attractive to you, and that way you keep it kind of copacetic. Like, okay, 8
Mhm.
is like white girl, black girl, and the ones are like a woman from Turkey or something. I don't know,
A woman
but
from Turkey. Listen, I
um,
like all girls except Turkish women for some reason. I don't know what it is about them, but I just
hey,
hate them.
hey, Turkish woman, I love the belly dancing. So just you're fine in my book. You're fine in my
The funny part is like
book.
when they go like meet their family and stuff. It's I'm just trying to picture myself on there. Like, yeah, so this is my sisters. Nah, they over there. Like it would just be it'd be chaos.
Yeah.
My dad be like, "Hello, welcome to my home, welcome." Like that. You don't gotta act like that. Like, oh man. But
so back to it though. I mean, what do you
I think,
when it comes to TV, the settings, the just the acting to me is mediocre compared to when you compare it to the things coming out on Disney and the things coming out on
oh
Netflix.
yeah.
And you can't say the budgets aren't there
Mhm.
because these are two. Well, Disney has like tons of cash, but Netflix definitely did not have the capital. I mean, Netflix put themselves in debt to make all these shows, and like billions of dollars in debt to make all these
Yeah, but
shows.
now they're doing fantastic.
Oh yeah,
And
exactly. It paid off.
it's I don't know. It's weird. I think there'll be some type of like merge with TV and streaming. It's because like streaming is so clutch because there's no commercials. And as
Yeah.
before streaming, I didn't really commercials wasn't a big deal, but
I hate
now
commercials. I've
I
always
didn't hate
hated
it before.
commercials.
Now I hate it even more. Right?
I've
Because I'm
always
like,
hated commercials.
I'm streaming something and I'm watching and like, the excitement's building and, you're watching a movie or TV show, whatever. Like, it's just, continuous and you enjoy it. But like, I watched some on like regular TV one time and I was into it. And then a commercial happened and I just lost interest. Like, I
And
just
you
got
like,
up and left.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just
It's
takes
like,
you right out of it.
yeah, it's like my
Like,
niece. When we went to go visit for Thanksgiving, like, kids, they love these cartoons or whatever show they got for growing children. And she'll be, when I say glued, eyes this big, glued. Like it could be a fire going on and people fighting, and she's just glued to the TV. And they hit a commercial, and it's like snap, and she completely forgets about it. So yeah, man, I think that's the big thing. If regular TV can figure out how to have a show that's just the whole show and then commercial, then they got a chance.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that because everyone would know that, okay, at 9:54, it's gonna be all commercials. So the people are gonna change channel, then advertisers are gonna lose revenue.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing: Hulu did one of the best things. Actually, Hulu and CBS did one of the best things out there. They charge an extra $1.20 over their subscription price. They'll have no commercials on their service.
That's why I hate Hulu. They tricked us.
I have no problem paying an extra $1. It's $1.20 for no commercials doing anything.
But Hulu shows stuff that's already on TV. I want exclusive content.
I know Hulu's got some good exclusive content now. Here lately, within like the last 3 months, I would say. Not normally. Normally it's just for stuff that's already on TV. But the thing is, even with that, stuff that's on TV, I'm not gonna watch it on TV. My DVR is probably not gonna catch it all. Right. So I go to Hulu, and at least there, I don't have to watch commercials when I'm watching it. I can just binge it instead of a 45 minutes. Instead of an hour-long show, it's 45 minutes. Right. So a half-hour show, I'm looking at a 20-minute show, and I'm done.
Okay. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I guess it depends on your lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, if you got time to watch commercials, then watch them. But I've never watched a commercial and like got something out of it. Like, oh shit! Yeah. Like, I forgot that was. Oh man, good thing I seen this commercial to remind me. Like, no, it's always like what, and what. Like, that's I'm just shaking my head the whole time. And then most of them are like medical commercials. You got mesothelioma. Symptoms include.
I think that maybe that's the problem. It's not that we hate commercials so much, that commercials are no longer enjoyable. There's some commercials that they make funny, and I have no problem watching, like Geico commercials.
It used to be funny.
Aren't horrible. Yeah.
I say this. You notice now Geico commercials aren't really funny because they know ain't nobody watching.
Exactly.
Like when it was just TV, you'd be like, "You see the caveman?"
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, they make jokes. Work to it. But
now they just be like
frogs and horses and stuff.
They don't even have no more. Now it's just like save 15% in 15 minutes. Yeah, I mean, come on now.
Budweiser, king of beers, come drink a beer.
Yeah, please.
Put some stuff into it,
And I don't even know why there's beer commercials. It's like, you don't have to sell me on that. I know what it does. I know what it does. Unless they try to get like new, people who just turned 21 or something like that, or just like new clients.
They can do beer, just like they did cigarettes, because they don't advertise like. Okay, they do advertise Jim Beam, but only like during the holidays. Yeah, and that's the only one I've ever seen. I've never seen
Jim Beam holiday liquor.
Yeah, but you don't see you don't see any cigarette commercials.
I don't think you can. Can they put?
No, it was outlawed back in like the late 90s or 2001 or two.
It makes it more makes you want it more. For cigarettes though, that's weird. I feel like it makes you want it more when you don't see commercials.
It does, and I think the same would happen with alcohol. Personally, because now you say, "Oh, what's that beer? Oh, I never seen that beer. Oh, what's that beer?" So now you're gonna have a whole lot more people going, "I ain't heard of that."
Yeah,
try that.
But the alcohol companies, they're smart though. So like, if they don't have like a commercial, or excuse me, have it on like TV or in a commercial, it's always like in a movie or in a TV show, right? Like it'll be like a sponsor, right? You'll see one of your favorite characters drinking a Bud Light. You don't even have to like. They're so common now that you don't even have to label anything really, and you already know just by shape and color exactly what brand and what it is. Yeah. That's when you in the upper echelon of marketing, where you just do a quick flash of a color. Oh shit, McDonald's.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like
yeah.
shit.
Or even in like TV shows when
Hmm.
the TV shows don't want to pay a royalty to the company,
Hmm.
but they're still technically advertising for the company because
Yeah,
you
it's
see
free.
like a beer bottle or something, and you're like, oh, I know that bottle. I know that bottle.
Exactly.
Or you see like a Noxzema pad thing in the back corner, like, oh, that's pad. I know that one. That's
That's
the
why like the
acne
shape
pads.
of like your product is like can be sometimes it can be so important, you know? You
Oh yeah.
can't you can't have I mean, I guess Corona. I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Uh,
I don't know shit
so
about that.
so before we end this conversation about the services being killed, about TV being killed by these services,
Mhm.
two questions: have you seen WandaVision, and have you seen, and are you excited about Coming to America too?
I'm excited about Coming to America too. No, I have not seen WandaVision because in the Marvel community,
You're missing
I
out.
don't know their story, but I don't want to know their story through like, the TV show. I want to know it through
It
like
they
the comic book cartoon version. I don't even know what Vision is. I just
No,
remember I was
no,
watching not in game, but Avengers. And he was just there. I was like, who is this purple dude with all in his feelings and stuff? Like, I don't want to know who this is. He is a weak link,
how'd you not
obviously.
know? How'd you not know who Vision was?
I didn't know who he was, man. I still don't know who he is. I know he got his
He's
head ripped off, pretty much.
he's like honestly like one of the most powerful, because I used to be a comic nerd. He's honestly like one of the most powerful Avengers out there. Like
Really? What does
seriously,
he do
yeah.
besides die?
Well, when he isn't nerfed, that little mind stone of his can like destroy like people's heads. I mean, it's something serious. Um,
I don't know. I
but
mean, I
you're
guess I should
missing.
watch it
You're
then.
you
Like,
you you should watch it because they didn't do it. This is one reason why I brought it up. They didn't do it like a normal TV show with like bad sets and fake
uh
crap. This looks just like the movies, just like the
okay.
movies.
Yeah, and they
Like
got the right characters too, like the same characters.
same characters. Movie. I mean, it's movie production. They've spent 200 million at least on making this show.
See, now that's what I think is important. Not the 200 million, but the fact that if you didn't like me, I don't know their backstory as far as like characters, but I've
That's what
seen
this is for.
yeah, and I've seen like I've seen the Avengers series and all that stuff and the movies and stuff like that. So when you got the same character, you can kind of relate a little better because like a lot of
Yes.
times, like for instance, what was that show, that Gotham show? Like my Batman
Oh
in my head
man.
is Christian Bale. That's it. I'm sorry. That's who I see every time I think of Batman. Or even the guy before him. Who was
Michael
before
Keaton. Michael Keaton.
Robert Keaton?
That's what I
I
see. I
think
see
was George
Michael
Clooney one?
George Clooney was, oh yeah, George Clooney was one. See, I don't see George Clooney as Batman. I see Michael Keaton and I see
Uh-huh.
Christian Bale. Those
Okay.
those two was, when I think of
Right.
Batman,
Hell,
those are the
even
two on top of my
sometimes
head.
I don't want to say Ben Affleck because I didn't really like that one.
I no, I didn't like him.
But
I'm not even gonna say
like
it.
the character who plays, certain characters in the Gotham is completely different. So I don't like when
Yes,
they reboot people. Like
yeah.
it's certain actors and there's certain the way they portray who they're representing that just resonates better with me versus like it kind of it makes a story less interesting when it's literally a complete different person.
Yeah, and see what to go into that is, so I watched the Flash TV show. It's enjoyable. It's a
Mm-hmm.
little funny, but the sets are cheaper. It's a cheaper made show, not a cheaper made show, but
They barely took.
compared to movies, it's cheaper.
Okay.
Compared to other TV shows, it actually has a pretty high budget, but compared to movies, it's cheaper.
Okay.
Problem with that is, the Flash was also in the DC movies, and it was a completely different Flash. So the
Yeah.
Flash in the
First of all,
TV
why is
show,
the Flash a white dude? I feel like I
there's
mean,
actually a Black Flash too. His name is Wally West,
oh, I thought
which
you were gonna say Usain Bolt. I was like, yeah, Usain Bolt should be the Flash.
Usain Bolt. I'm just
If he could
saying.
act, I'd be like, he has to be the Flash. Like you cannot, you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, someone who literally, without any kind of such effects, is go.
Yeah,
It's a
and they make it a
blur.
white dude of all. Like, come on, can we get this one, please?
I mean, you gotta go think about when it was written. This is back in like the 60s, whatever. But the guy who plays Flash every day, for now 5-6 years, definitely knows the character more than the guy who only plays him for 6 months in a movie. My
Right,
personal opinion.
right.
And I think Grant Gustin, who's the guy that plays Flash, is a better Flash than the guy in the movies who played Flash. And I don't remember
Okay.
the guy in the movie. I forgot his name at the moment, but the guy in the movies, he did a good job.
Is he part of Marvel?
Yes. No, no,
DC.
DC.
Yeah. DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he did a good job, but compared to Grant Gustin, who has had to play this role day in, day out for
Mhm.
years, so obviously knows the backstory, obviously knows the mannerisms and all that. He
Right.
knows more about being the character. If
Right.
you'd have put him in the movie, I think it could have been a much. I think you could have had more of a fleshed out role for the
Right.
Flash in the movie than
Yeah.
just casting some
But
guy
there's
to
always
play
like,
it for
it's
once.
always like, you know, some shit going on between the actor and director. Or they don't get along, or like just like in the Matrix movie. Remember that dude Tank in the first one?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, some shit happened with him in the cast or director, and that's why he was never. I was like, because he didn't
yeah.
die, he just did
He wanted more.
come
Oh,
back.
he wanted a little more money, and not even
Yeah,
he didn't. He wasn't trying to get the star type money. He
right.
wanted more than this that little than the little bit he was getting. I don't know how much
How
it
do
was.
you feel about that whole like killing characters off because of for like external reasons?
I mean, I
Like
understand it.
Roseanne, like
Okay,
the show, the
that was
reboot
worth it.
show.
That was worth it. I'm just
I
saying.
know, but just like as an example, like
But no, it really does suck that you just kill them off without an explanation. I think when you kill them off and you have an explanation,
yeah.
it works better when and for the show in the long run. But when the
Do you
person
think?
is up and disappears and you don't
Uh-huh.
have a reason, or you just up and disappear, the person never has like an act out death scene,
Mhm.
then yeah, it messes with the show.
Do you think like the studio and like the producers and directors and stuff should like just give an explanation, like, hey, y'all about to watch our new series and so and so's not going to be in it because we couldn't come to an agreement as far as the contract, so don't ask me questions of why they why they're
Okay,
not in it.
so no, not a cut and dry kind of explanation like that. But what I think personally should do is if you're going to recast the character, then have some kind of accident happen when the character's got to go through a face change, or have the
His
character
face got ripped off, so he looks completely different now. Same guy, sounds different. He actually grew a little bit, which is
yeah
weird. But
science science experiment going wrong. Throw some sci-fi in it. I don't care. But if you're just gonna take one character out, put another character in, you can't say, "Oh, this isn't a sci-fi show."
yeah.
It's at this point, it's a sci-fi show. You can't just remove one and put in another. It's
Imagine
just
though if that was Roseanne though, and it was like, yeah, a science experiment went bad.
you got
Like,
a
what
skinny
the hell is
blonde
she
chick.
doing? Like, why was she in a science lab? And what happened? Long story, but anyway, she died.
But she died. Yeah, but there's nothing. There's not even an atom of her left. She's gone.
Oh man, she just evaporated in thin air. Um, we were I was talking about Tiger Woods, and I wanted to just kind of, I mean, it's still sports, but shift to something that not necessarily happened, but was kind of caught my eye a couple of days ago, and it's not old, but it ain't new, like I said earlier. But did you see uh he's actually I'm actually a fan of this guy, but Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he's a soccer player. He kind of critique LeBron as far as like you know
Oh, I missed that.
athletes should stick to sports and not politics type of deal. Kind of like what that lady said, that news anchor, when it's talk about shut up and dribble. Same type of deal.
Yeah.
But do you think he's right? You think
Hell
sports
no.
unite and
That's that's
politics
why
divide?
that's always been my problem. And I don't know if he's a foreigner or what, but a
He,
person, an athlete, let's just take an athlete, but even an Olympian. So an
mhm,
athlete works their asses off to achieve their goal, whatever their goal is. They work their ass
mhm,
off to achieve that goal. They don't have they don't have another avenue to do other things because they've been so laser focused
right,
into just doing accomplishing their one goal, either being a
right.
professional basketball, football, whatever player, or an Olympian. That's all they're focused on. Now, once they've achieved that goal, and made that role, then why not use the only thing that they know as a platform
Platform,
to to speak out, because that's their
right?
platform. That's
I
their
know, and I agree. It's I think it's easy to say it when you're not, the people being oppressed or having difficulties. Zlatan,
yeah.
I think he's He's definitely from Europe. I think he's Eastern European or something like that. He's a great player though. I give him that. Like, he's a great player. I don't know him personally. I know professional soccer player, but soccer actually deals with it's a lot of like racism in soccer, especially in
Uh,
Europe. And they treat some players from different countries like complete. I mean, it should would never happen here professional sports wise. A lot of these teams would be
the
banned or like dismembered. But
what happened with the referees for that soccer game. I think it was what was it, November or October sometime. Wasn't
mhm.
It's pretty recently though. When the player there was the whole team uh walked out. Actually, the both sides, all the players walked out off the field because the ref made
Was
a racist remark towards one of the
yeah,
players.
it's not
Yeah,
surprising. I
and
mean,
so they both teams.
some players refuse to play in certain stadiums just because of. I mean, that kind of, I don't know if it happened here, but I know it was brought up at one point in time. Like certain baseball players, when were subject to some verbal abuse, like at the Boston Stadium, and kind of that area with fans. Fans are fans. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, they want their team to win, but then there's like a certain line that you're just like, all right, bro. Like, if that dude jumped in the stands, he would beat the hell out of you. Like, you need to relax. Like, it's just a game. But
a Philadelphia football game.
yeah, like, I mean, like, you can root for your team. I get it, but like, them players don't give a damn about you, man. Like,
Yeah,
they just trying to get that check.
if you throw a punch at somebody, the player that you like is going to be like, this idiot shouldn't have been in there. That's
Yeah,
exactly what he's going to say.
I'll say this: every professional athlete should get a 1 year, like, you get a one-time pass per year, like, to pull like a Ron Artest moment. We just go in the stands and just slap the shit out of like, oh, you say okay, so you saying I'm what? Okay, 1 second, timeout. You just go up there and like you just can get in a fisticuffs with somebody in a crowd or something like that, and that should be fair. Like, that if that happened more often, you
Yeah,
would have the nicest fans in the world, right? They'd be so respectful, sit down in their seats, they would cheer, clap, and just go home after that. Like, knowing that some of these players are allowed to come up here and just pound your face in. But
yeah,
but yeah, so Zlat is, it's hard to say his name. This is Zlatan, and I got New Invisalign in, so I can't, kind of got a little stutter, but Zlatan. And yeah, he's like, LeBron should
Zlatan, yeah,
stick to sports. I'm like, listen, LeBron, whether you like him or hate him, is a great guy. Period. Like, I
yeah.
mean, when he's done with his career, yes, there's always gonna be people who don't like him because he's probably embarrassed their team, or caused them heartbreak or lost them money or whatever it is. But I mean, LeBron has done some great things for not only his team, his community, his family, and Black people in
It-
general.
yeah. I mean, he really puts himself out there
Yeah,
to help.
and it
You know,
doesn't get like as highlighted as it should. It's more
no,
like,
the
well,
big
LeBron
things
started
do,
a
but not
school,
the
blah blah
small
blah.
things.
Exactly. But if
Yeah,
LeBron, and I would say this, he is one of those athletes to where, like, I mean, I'm sure in his private life he's made mistakes or whatever, but he has a perfect slate. He's like in that Brady region where like he can do no wrong. Well, he hasn't done any wrong.
yeah,
Some people still don't like him, just like people don't like Brady, but I mean,
yeah.
the guy's great at what he does on and off the field.
That's true. I mean, and going back to what you said about like when not putting out the news stories about him or even other players as much. When he started the school, all they said was LeBron started school, free scholarships to all to the students.
Right.
But that's all they said. They didn't say, "Oh, well, there's this many students in this neighborhood." Basically, reason why he chose to do the school where he chose to do the school at is support that particular community. They
Right.
didn't speak on that community's problems. All they spoke on was the school getting the scholarships. Not that LeBron knows that this neighborhood needs so
Exactly. And
many
he's
so
done more.
much.
I'm sure he's done like more stuff that, that doesn't get the same attention. And it's just like, damn, man, it's like they waiting for you to fuck up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just like, all right, come on, man, do something, that will piss
But
somebody off so we can put it on the front page and, highlight it and all that crap.
yeah, LeBron's got a team around him who the team around him cares.
Yeah.
I'm sure that this team is made up some of his boys and whatever that came up with him. But I'm sure there's also business people as well in there. But
Right.
apparently, whoever he has chosen to be in that group, they 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 are above board. You don't have scandals coming out of there. You don't have you know any PR disasters coming out. All you hear about is the positive things that he's trying to do. He may not achieve everything he's trying, which he's tried to speak out uh, on things on the court, regarding Black people, but that's been several years, and we're still getting the same type of response
Yeah,
through
man.
the way he says.
It's trust me, once he's done playing, that's when people start. It's funny, like you said, they don't like you till you're going, or they don't appreciate you until you're not there. Excuse me, until you're not there anymore. So, yeah, man, Zlatan, man, you was one of my, I liked you, but I'm not a fan of this comment here. So get your shit together, boy. I'm just,
yeah, what's gonna happen when he's trying to speak out in his country, and they're like, "Oh, wait, you're just a
I don't even think
player.
I don't even think he lives there. I think he's here. Because he
See?
retired from like what the fuck is it, the Champions League or whatever league it is over there in Europe, and he played for the LA Galaxy for a little bit. I think I don't know if he still plays for them, but basically the MLS is where the really good soccer players go to like retire.
Yeah, I know,
and they do well.
Yeah, which is fun. We pay them millions of dollars. When I say we, I mean the MLS pays them millions of dollars to come in here after they beat the crap out of themselves over there.
I don't think they pay them that much.
Oh no, it's millions.
Oh no, like the star players do, because they're, even though they can't compete at the high level in Europe and South America and stuff like that, they're still better than 99% of the MLS players.
Well, and that's the whole point, because soccer is not big here. It's growing, but it's never going to overtake football.
No, not here.
So you don't have the draw to you have the draw for them to pay these people millions of dollars to try and get people to pay attention.
Right.
But until you have something that can really challenge actual, well, I'm not gonna say actual, challenge football, it's just not gonna be there. It's always gonna be
and today with
like arena football.
And today with like, the whole, like these giant, $1 million plus contracts, like even if you were from here and you were really good, they would just recruit you overseas. Like you wouldn't go to the MLS, so it's almost like the what do you call it? The development league. Yeah. The MLS is a development league for maybe for professional soccer, but I mean, I know it is professional soccer in a sense, but it's not.
It's professional here, but it's not, because they have several different leagues over there. They have a championship league. They have a not a national league. They have a championship league. They have it's like a 3 or 4 tier system over there. So it's really neat, because only certain countries play in the championship league, and that's it. And then below that, like Africa, I know one of the African countries plays in the championship league. You just said some Eastern European country was. I know that not Morocco, Spain is in the championship league. One team in Spain, not the whole Spain though.
Right. It's like comparing like high school football to NFL.
Yeah, there's too much difference.
Like there is that one high school kid who could maybe skip college and play on a practice squad, but most likely not.
Yeah, I think I mean, you have them like they'll leave school, go to college a little bit, then leave, take a year or two off, and then walk on. You have those, and then all they say is they graduated from high school. They don't ever mention the college.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, but yeah, man, that's I don't know. That's I want to say that's all that I got, but it's all that I got.
This is kind of a funny one before we jump into what the Florida. Okay. I was having this conversation with the wife. And I wanted to kind of put this out for our audience. I wish I could make a poll for this. Maybe they can do it in the comments.
Yeah, I'll figure all that stuff out too. How to fucking, do everything correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
So I want to talk about grooming.
Okay? What is it?
Grooming.
Grooming.
Oh,
like
brushing your hair, and all that stuff. All that good stuff. Here's the thing. Growing up, high school, college years, whatever,
Damn,
Women
you just
were,
went straight to high school from birth.
yeah.
When
What?
growing up, high
Okay.
school.
Well, I'm
I
just
mean,
saying. I'm saying. Okay, so we go before that. So from birth to high school, men and women pretty much get ready the same way. There's no makeup involved. We just wash your face, brush your teeth. That's it. We hit it.
okay.
Once we hit high school, there's a separation. We have to start shaving, all that other stuff. Women start wearing makeup, shaving their legs, that whole thing.
Okay.
Now, fast forward to after, say, mid-20s or so. Now, men, now here's the question. At that stage is when I really started taking care of my face. You know, started,
Right.
shaving
Right.
right and all that good stuff. So my time period to groom increased significantly. Now, as I've gotten older and I've applied more crap to the grooming regimen, my grooming regimen exceeds my wife's grooming regimen.
Okay. I mean,
So,
that's
so what my question to you is, do you think this is a constant thing? Do you think this happens to? I'm not saying, I know there's some women who wear a lot more makeup than some others, so I'm sure it takes them a long time, and they do more for the hair and all that other stuff. But do you think it's common for a man to take more time than the wife in grooming? Or not just even wife, just more time than this than their significant other, girlfriend, whoever.
mm,
I mean,
so
take you and your situation.
if I take more, I don't. I mean, it just depends on how you. I mean, what do you mean by like? I mean,
You
you gotta
okay?
like.
I'm trying. Okay,
What are you doing on a
let me
daily?
put it. Yeah, let me put it on. Let me put it on a. Okay, so we're not talking going out to the club. We're
Okay.
talking just your daily. I gotta go to work regimen.
Um, it doesn't take me that long. I don't have a lot to do. Like my hair is easy. My face is easy. Yeah,
Well, you
I'm like 5 minutes. I'm like 5 minutes.
really? I said it
Yeah.
was.
I
Shoot,
mean, what
this
are you
beard
doing
takes
that's
on it.
taking you forever?
You gotta do the beard, brush the hair, wash the face, moisturize, all that good stuff. So it takes me 15 minutes or so. Now, when you're trying to go out to the club, does it still only take you 5 minutes?
Hell no. Take more than that. I got to
Yeah.
make sure everything has to be like straight, you know?
Yeah.
Face is all about, well, grooming in general, and your face is all about, that symmetry of hell. Sometimes I can't even like, if I bite down on one side too hard, it looks like a jaw like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
know.
know what I
I
mean? But
know.
grooming wise, nah, because I don't shave either, like with a razor. So I don't have to do that whole,
Lather
lather
up.
up and, make sure the blade don't cut my own finger off and do this and, look at it, all that crap. Nah, I just use like my little uh clipper things and I don't really grow hair that fast on my face. So I don't have to do it every morning. But yeah, man, I'm
It
quick, man. I'm 5, max 10. Max 10.
okay. Going out to the club is Paige. Sorry, that means her name. Is your girl ready? Is your girl ready before you are?
Is she ready
Normally.
before I am?
Yeah.
No. No. Wait, yes, yeah. Wait. No, I'm ready first. I'm always ready first.
You always ready first.
I'm always ready first. My only problem is like
I'm
figuring
gonna
out
ask
what
her.
to
I'm gonna
wear.
ask her about this one, by
No,
the
no.
way.
I just I struggle to pick out what to wear. I'll be like, I need like someone to be like, hey, like I gotta ask somebody, like, hey, how's this look? How's this look? And like if I'm by
Yeah,
myself,
yeah, yeah.
if I'm by myself and I'm getting ready to go out to a bar or club or whatever, just even out to an event, that could go from anywhere from 10 to like 30 minutes. Because I look, I'm like, I don't know if this looks right. My legs are too skinny. Is the shirt too wrinkled? Stuff like that. So that takes a while. But the daily routine, nah, man, 5 minutes if that.
Yeah,
Hell, brushing my
yeah.
teeth probably takes the longest because I gotta do the flossing, I gotta do the Listerine, I gotta do the water pick. Then I gotta like brush my Invisalign, like when you like have the Invisalign trays in, like your oral hygiene goes like it's amazing, goes to the roof, because you don't want to,
Yeah.
because you gotta wear these all day, so you don't want like you'd have some chicken wing sauce in the inside of your Invisalign,
Oh,
and then you wonder why you got one orange tooth, when you take them off. So
uh,
yeah, I mean, I'm not that long.
Has your floss game picked up?
Oh yeah, yeah. I learned a lot actually. I didn't know, and this is, I mean, forgive me if this was common sense and everybody else knew. So when you floss, obviously you go between your teeth, but I didn't know that you go all the way like down, like like so. Say if this is, I'm trying my, so say if this is like my tooth,
Yeah.
you go underneath too, like in between the gum and the tooth.
Oh.
Yes,
Huh.
that's where a lot of the issues happen because if you just floss in between the teeth, but not like actually like all the way like up here, then like you can have food like stuck in between that, and then that's a whole list of problems. So yeah, I didn't know that, man. I went to the dentist and she was doing it, and I was like, what? Like, do y'all don't tell? Like, I feel like no one's ever told me this, and flossing such a simple like activity to do is you think it'd be common sense, but a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of people don't floss every day either. I myself don't floss every day. I floss more than I used to, but still
But
not
not
every
every
day.
day. I
Yeah.
I try every like sometimes some days, some nights I'm just like I'm fucking tired of shit. Like
Yeah.
because flossing takes time and I don't do it, but like the next morning I make sure I do it. So
Yeah. Especially now with a mask, because you can smell it.
oh yeah, yeah. Mask. Woo, you know when you actually put somebody else's mask on accident, you're like, God damn, what the fuck is
Oh
that in my
God.
nose? Or you put your own mask on, you're like, God damn, what the
You're like, oh man,
like,
did I
damn, is that
miss a
what they
tooth
yeah,
or
is that what
something?
they
What?
smell? Is that what I smell? Is what they smell? Because usually you can't smell your own, you can't smell your own breath,
Yeah.
really. So if you can smell your own breath, like if you can smell a hint of something, that means it's probably 10 times worse than that.
Wouldn't it be funny if after this whole mask thing's ended, people were like, man, I smell your breath. I don't want to smell your breath. I'm gonna start wearing a mask again.
Yeah. I seen this video of it was supposed to be like it was some TikTok stupid stuff, but like how what people do like when they have their mask on, and like you like, like you do the weirdest shit with your mouth when your mask is on. I be doing this.
Oh, I'd be doing it too.
Like
'Cause
if
I'm
you
like,
took my mask off and you could see, like if I had a see-through mask, you'd be like, yo, what the hell's wrong with this dude?
they have those now too, by the way. I don't see their use for them, but
I will say this.
they
I
have them.
realized I am definitely more comfortable as a mouth breather. Like
Oh yeah.
when I got my mask on, I'm like not like I'm out of breath, but I'm just breathing out my mouth for some reason. That's right. Why are you sweating? Like, I don't know.
I do the breath check, but that's about it. That's
Breath
about all
check.
I do is
All
the
right.
breath check.
I might try that one, the breath check.
Yes,
Oh
I do.
man.
Smells good. All right, cool. That means I'm not killing myself or I'm not wearing my mask.
Your breath smell like what you ate this morning. Like, god damn.
Oh, there's been a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie. There's been a couple of times where I'm like, it's hit me, and it's hit me bad. I'm like, oh, let me go back and brush again.
Right, like this ain't my mask. This ain't my mask. Whose mask is this? Breath smell like hot Cheetos. Oh man. All right.
Oh,
You ready
yeah. All
for
right.
WTF?
Yeah. You got anything? Anything
I'm
else?
good, man. I don't have anything funny, I guess. It's kind of
All
boring,
right.
actually. Now that I read it over, I'm like, oh, what the hell was I talking about? What the Florida? So yeah, as you're looking that up, yeah, I'm gonna keep playing around with this live stream. I don't
There's a
know.
once we get done with this, we'll talk about it off after, and there's an easier way. But anyway,
Okay.
ready for the first one.
All right, let's do it.
Florida woman faces crippling fines of $165,
Mm.
of $165,000, 165 and $250,000 for parking on her own driveway.
For parking on her own driveway?
Yes.
What the hell?
Town officials in Lantana, which you don't know where that's at, a small burg on the coast, have slapped Sandy Martinez with $101,750 in fines, which is $250 a day for
I ain't paying that.
407 days for parking cars partially on her own grass.
Huh. That's
Yeah,
petty. Okay.
that's according. It was a lawsuit filed by the Institute of Justice against them against that. But there's more. The
Wait,
town,
there's
according
more.
yeah, the town, according to court records, also hit Martinez with $16,125 in fines for having cracks in her driveway, and there is another penalty of $47,375 for having a down fence in her yard, apparently damaged after a storm, but which was fixed once she completed an insurance claim.
Yeah, so they finding this lady for everything. Shit.
They didn't like this lady.
Yeah, she must have did something to somebody in the city council or something. All right.
I background on her. She works in the medical office and she treats cancer patients. I don't.
Hurting the people that's helping.
Yeah. Anyway, that's story one. Moving on to story two. So, story two was originally going to be about a 12-year-old selling stun guns at her school, which
I think I heard this story.
It's a funny story, but instead we're going to do, because why not? It relates to Donald Trump, who now lives in our state, and it's about the January 6th, riot thing. But this is still more fallout. Video: Florida woman charged after threatening to shoot agents in this "fuck the FBI" video she posted online.
Fuck public. Damn, what's wrong with these people?
She's holding a bottle of Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels Tennessee Fire, by the way. So I'm gonna read the account because it's a little lengthy, but there's a reason. A Florida woman has been charged after she threatened to shoot FBI agents in a video posted on multiple social media accounts, according to a press release from the Department of Justice, citing a criminal justice complaint. According to the report, the FBI contacted Suzanne K., 59, of Florida.
FBI contacted you. Don't want to smoke. Trust me, you don't want to smoke.
I know. After receiving an online tip to the National Threat Operations Center on January 16, 2021, about her making Facebook posts relating to attending the January 6th breach at a United States Capitol at Washington, D.C. Kay reportedly denied her travel to Washington, D.C. when FBI contacted her on January 28th. However, she later agreed to speak to them at her residence, according to the report. They came to her house. They might have seen her video.
Yeah, like the FBI be like, they got people everywhere. They got agents literally probably in every city. Like, yo, hey, John, did you see that? Did you just see that? Man, could you please visit this lady and just tell her what's up?
They do. I mean, they do have agents there in every city. But anyway, the criminal complaint obtained by the Times shows that the FBI was tipped again early February about a video on Kay's Facebook called "Angry Patriot Hippie." That means she smokes weed. They throw the hippie in there to make them weed friendly. Allegedly. Anyway,
I'm not a hostile person. I'm not. I just shoot guns and I smoke weed. I'm not hostile, but I will shoot an FBI agent.
Exactly. That makes no sense. Anyway, with the caption "Fuck the FBI," which was posted on January 31st. The same video was later posted on her other social media accounts on TikTok and Instagram, according to the complaint.
Okay.
In the TikTok video, last piece. In the TikTok video, Kay is seen with a bottle of Jack Daniels in hand and speaking about how the FBI called her to interview her and she told them she wouldn't speak to them without counsel. Being that I can't afford counsel right now, you're going to have to arrest me so I can exercise my right to counsel, she said in the video.
Just say you're sorry. Like, what are you trying to? You ain't about to get no statue made out of you. Like, just be like, hey, I fucked up. I didn't mean it. I was mad, and my temper was through the roof, and I wouldn't really do that because I support you guys 100%. They were like, yeah, all right, good enough. We'll let you go. But no, don't get tough and be like, I'm not. You can give a lawyer up. Lawyer, like, no, you should probably take that deal. All right, so first lady, we got.
No,
I know. I'm just trying. I'm recapping. So first lady got all the fines. Second lady making threats to probably the organization you don't want to make threats to. And what we got number three.
Have you noticed the theme of today's weekly review?
Yeah, these ladies are wild. It's National Women's Month.
Instead of Florida man, it's Florida woman.
Yeah,
it's National Women's Month. There you go.
And I just learned that yesterday.
You didn't.
You know, it's kind of weird. You know, it's kind of weird. It's National Women's Month, for the whole month. But in April, the first day is April Fool's. So it's like,
I know.
I don't know. Was that part of the April Fool's joke? I'm kidding. I love Puerto Rico.
Hey, at least they didn't make it after Black History Month. That's all I got to say. Last story. Woman in motorized wheelchair robs a downtown bank.
She robs it. When you say motorized wheelchair, like
yes. Yes.
Like
yes.
the people at the casino with the scooters.
Yes. That's exactly what I mean.
Damn.
A bank located blocks away from the sheriff's office headquarters was robbed Monday by a woman in a motorized wheelchair. Authorities said the bank robbery was reported. The bank robbery was reported about noon at the Regions Bank branch near the street.
Did she have a gun?
Police said the woman showed up to discuss an account, but she got into an argument with a teller that escalated when she threatened to kill everyone in the bank and announced she was robbing the place, according to the sheriff's office.
Attention, everyone! This is a robbery. I'm going to kill all of you.
It's crazy. Anyway, the woman left the bank after she was given some cash and she was taken into custody nearby a short time later. I mean, she's in a wheelchair. How far away?
I know, like, was it like, I can just picture this. They're like, come on, grandma, come on. All right, we have to do this, even though this is really unnecessary.
Yeah. No weapon was seen during the robbery, according to police, and no one inside the bank was hurt.
Yeah. What did they charge you with? Like, you robbed me of my time? Is that a crime? This is a time robbery.
She went from a nothing to a trespassing complaint to a felony.
Yeah.
Just that quick.
But when you're that old, it's like,
it's still,
who cares?
Is it armed robbery if she didn't have a weapon, even though she said she did?
I don't know. I guess you can just hit somebody with a scooter. You can run somebody up. I don't know. I gotta see a picture of this person. Like, how big is this scooter? Like, you know. Whose grandma is it?
This really bother you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, because like you gotta. If I'm the teller, I would just snatch her phone and call like grandbaby and be like, "Yo, your grandma's in here wilding. Yes, her again. Yeah, could you please come get her because I'm about to hit the alarm on her and you know." Here's $20, grandma. Just keep it. Just keep it. God damn. All right. All right. So we got lady with the ridiculous fines for her parking in the yard. We have what's
parking on her partially on her grass.
Parking on grass
in her own driveway.
Number 2 was why am I forgetting number 2 for some reason?
Number two
was the FBI threat. The FBI threat. And number 3 was grandma trying to rob the bank. Okay, so if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna say number 1. I'm gonna say North Florida. I'm thinking Central, but I think it's like on the other side. So I'm gonna say Central Florida.
Wrong. It's
wrong.
Boca Raton.
Where's that?
Boca Raton. That's south.
Shit, now I gotta learn out what these places are. All right. Number 2, making threats to the FBI. I'm gonna say South, and the reason I'm gonna say South because you're close to, you're about to be in international water. So if you can make a threat to the FBI, you need like a quick getaway. So I think that would be probably the most realistic place to make a threat is near a border. So I'm going South with number 2.
Okay. So you're right.
Yes.
You were still wrong on the first one, but I was wrong with what I told you where it was at. The first one was in West Palm Beach. This one one is in Boca Raton. Both are south.
Okay, all right, fair enough. One and one, or 1 for 2. Last one to break the tiebreaker here. Oh man, let's see. Grandma and a scooter. Who's? I want to say South. I'm thinking South because I know you like to play these games and have them all in one area. And I know the further south, the more, I don't know, I just feel like there's way more old people the further south you go. And that just sounds like some shit you could pull in like Fort Lauderdale or something, like,
I never pulled the same thing twice. I mean,
you can't do this in like North Florida. You can't do this in the north because I just feel like you just wouldn't. So I'm gonna go with South with the third one.
You go South.
Yeah.
This happened in Jacksonville.
Damn it. I mean, I guess
you would normally see, but downtown Jacksonville, there's nothing really there, so I don't see
Yeah, that's what I
how
was thinking. I've been there one time, and it was just like
there's
it
nothing
almost
there.
looked like a movie set to where like
Yeah,
they got a couple buildings, but nobody's there because it's just
yeah,
shooting a quick scene. That's
yeah.
what it felt like.
It's a good movie set, but it's not good for anything else. Like if you're going to shoot like Angel Sky, that stupid Tom Cruise movie, but
Uh-huh.
that sucked. Perfect setting because there's
Yeah,
no cars on the street.
Jacksonville's a COVID city. It's
Oh
nobody's
yeah.
downtown, nobody's walking around. There's a pandemic going on always in Jacksonville because there's nobody there. And shout out to everybody that isn't from Jacksonville. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect your city or anything like that. It's just I'm going off of my experience, which was obviously very dull. So yeah, man, get some more stuff downtown going or in parties or something.
When I live there, they're trying, and one of my best friends lives there, and he won't move for anything. I'm trying to get them to move down here.
Was that his grandma that did it?
Ah!
Grandma, you made the news again. Oh man. Once again, shout out to my grandma, 92. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday, happy life. Because 92 is
You're
a
doing
lot of people don't
it.
a lot of people don't make it to that. Women are more likely to make it a little older than men, but I mean, 90s, you got to go for the 100, grandma. You got to hit the 100. 100.
Dude, got it, too. But happy birthday to her. You have anything else?
I am golden, man. I am all out.
All right. I don't have anything else either. So on that, this has been the weekly review at Sean's Rock. I am Sean the Notorious, and
it's your boy Ciroc the Mike. Thank you so much for tuning in. Obviously we're gonna start going streaming live a lot more once we get kind of the kinks figured out and whether we want to do this on Facebook or YouTube. But either way, you'll see more of us every Tuesday. I know it's what's today, Wednesday. Sorry, we're running on CPT. It's a little bit of CPT from Black History Month.
Every Tuesday,
kind of leaning over
the show. If you don't see the show, if you don't see the show on Tuesday, you'll see it on Wednesday. But
yes,
Tuesday,
don't see it Wednesday. Well, you get the gist. So
if you don't see it on Wednesday, then it won't be. It probably be just
like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandmas too. Peace out.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget to find us on Spotify and
Apple
iTunes.
Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
What do you call it? Do you call it iTunes or you call it Apple Podcasts? I call it Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, then. And also, don't forget to find us on iHeartRadio.
Yep.
Make sure you like us there as well.
All right. Even though I haven't been, I should be promoting iHeart more. It's just I've never listened to iHeart, so I don't scratch that.
I listen to it all the time. So,
all right,
it's one of those things. Anyway, this has been the week review. Thank you guys for listening.
Peace.